On their actual wedding day, the bride, Lu Nhyn, decides to hide the ring just for fun. She refuses to leave the bridal room until I find it. The groomsmen and I are sweating buckets, practically tearing the bed and closets completely apart. But nothing. As the perfect starting time slips away, you can see pure panic forming on everyone's faces. Right at that exact moment, Lu Nhyn's male best friend suddenly jumps out. He rolls up his sleeve, flashing the diamond ring right on his ring finger, bragging loud and clear that he has it and we would never find it. He promises to take it off now, so we stay on schedule. I just laugh out of pure anger, choking down my absolute rage. You seriously want me to put on a ring for my own wedding that another guy just wore? The biggest day of my life gets completely ruined by him. Just incredibly unlucky. And then Lu Nhyn actually defends him, asking if it isn't just a ring. Why make a big fuss? Let us go. The wedding is literally about to start. Seeing her totally impatient face, my voice catches, and I finally croak out, forget it. Just cancel the wedding entirely. Lu Nhyn stares in pure shock, asking if I am really blowing this out of proportion over one ring. I nod, calmly telling her yes. The groomsmen rush to smooth things over, begging the bridesmaids to stop playing hardball and just reveal the ring. They even offer to drop to their knees on PHM's behalf. Someone else chimes in, offering to pay literally any amount of red envelopes just to get it. Seeing them totally ready to kneel and beg just to get my ring back really hits me hard. Lu Nhyn finally softens up. She tells the bridesmaids to bring it out since time is running out. Everyone stares at the three girls, but they just stand there completely frozen, not moving an inch. Panicking, they all confess at once, we did not hide it, and we have no idea where it is. The mood instantly turns super weird. Lu Nhyn looks dead serious, telling everyone to search again because it cannot just magically vanish. But even after tearing up every single corner of the room, there is still no sign of it. Someone carefully asks if maybe someone snuck the ring outside. Hearing that, Lu Nhyn immediately orders everyone to scatter and search out there. They flip the whole house upside down, but still nothing. Time keeps ticking, and the risk of missing the lucky hour grows fast. Her friends anxiously suggest a quick fix. They tell her the guests are waiting, so just head to the hall first and they will bring a temporary new ring to make do for now. Lu Nhyn stays quiet, just looking up at me for my take. I frown, pretty unhappy about this mess, but I know nobody saw this coming. After 2 seconds of hesitation, I finally nod and give in, knowing it is our only real option. But right at that exact second, her male best friend Mick KB jumps right out of a corner, rolls up his suit sleeve, mocking us loud and clear that he had the ring all along. Mick KB totally misses that the whole room just froze solid. Everyone stares directly at his hand, pure shock painted all over their faces. Now watch how messy this gets. One bridesmaid suddenly remembers she was hiding it in the closet, but Mick KB claimed he had a better spot. Then someone knocked on the door, and she totally lost track of where he put the thing. She sincerely apologizes to Nhyn, never expecting him to pull a stunt like this today. Hoa LC demands answers, clearly unhappy about it, asking how Mick KB could possibly wear the groom's ring. The guy acts totally innocent, glances over, then tells me he only wanted to test me for Nhyn. He promises to take it off now, keeping us perfectly on schedule. Looking right at his smug face, I have absolutely zero doubt he did this completely on purpose. Mick KB is famous for causing trouble, but today, he was so strangely quiet, I forgot he was there. Turns out, he was just waiting to target me. I actually laugh out of pure anger, immediately questioning him. You seriously want me to wear a ring on my own wedding day that you already wore? That single sentence completely shuts him up. Looking totally wronged, he turns to Lu Nhyn, claiming he meant well, and just wanted to see if Dip PHM was actually worthy. He figured hiding it would make her happy, making excuses about never being married and not knowing the rules about wearing someone else's ring. I snap back, so what if you are unmarried? Even regular rings should not be casually worn by someone else. Cursing my terrible luck internally, I totally mock him. You have never been married, but do you seriously lack any basic sense of boundaries? Exactly. If he actually knew boundaries, he would not be showing off in front of me every single day. You are going to hate this. What totally shocks me is that Lu Nhyn takes his side again, asking if it isn't just a wedding ring. Why do you have to sound so incredibly harsh? I look up and see her frowning slightly, a really complicated look painted on her face. In that exact moment, the fire of anger inside me just completely dies. It isn't that Deep Fam is over the anger. He just suddenly realizes getting mad is completely pointless now. Lu Nhyn doesn't even notice his mood shifting. She casually says she will have someone bring a new ring immediately, asking if that finally makes him happy. That line right there makes him look like the unreasonable one causing trouble. Deep Fam smirks, his voice completely hoarse. No need, just cancel the whole wedding. The moment those words drop, the entire room goes dead silent. Everyone just stares at him in absolute disbelief, totally shocked that he would cut things off so decisively. Lu Nhyn actually laughs, calling his name out. Deep Fam, are you seriously joking right now? Just because of one little ring? It isn't dirty or broken, someone else merely wore it for a second, and he wants to cancel the entire wedding over that? Is there really a need to blow this way out of proportion? Mak Kai Ba is clearly the one at fault for ruining the wedding, yet somehow, in her eyes, Deep Fam is the petty one. Honestly, it is so hard to accept. Deep Fam and Lu Nhyn have been officially dating for a year, but before that, she spent 3 whole years chasing after him. She was pretty foolish, but incredibly persistent, trying her absolute best to win his favor and always showing up whenever he really needed her. Eventually, even his totally rock-solid heart started to soften up. The day they officially got together, she was as overjoyed as a kid getting candy. She hugged him tight, crying and swearing that she only ever had feelings for Deep Fam, and she kept that exact promise. After they got together, he was the only guy in her eyes and heart, always putting his feelings above absolutely everything else. Because of that, even though they had not been together very long, he still nodded and agreed when the proposal actually came up. But pay close attention to this shift. Right during the wedding prep, this so-called male best friend suddenly shows up next to her, and Lu Nhyn turns into a completely different person. Whether they are out on a date or just grabbing food, if Mak Kai Ba makes one phone call, she immediately ditches him to run over there. Whenever he gets visibly angry about it, she just carelessly brushes it off, saying, Kai Ba doesn't know anyone around here, so she has to help him out for a bit until things settle down. This massive, sudden shift in Lu Nhyn's attitude throws him way off balance, causing him to constantly lose control and argue with her. During all that time, he wondered quite a few times if he should even go through with this marriage. Even on the very night before the wedding, he still couldn't figure it out. But just now, he finally got his clear answer. He is not marrying Lu Nhyn anymore. Not getting an immediate response from him, Lu Nhyn assumes he is just hesitating. Her tone turns totally arrogant. Alright, stop making a scene. If you drag this out, we will actually miss the lucky hour. Isn't it really just a simple little ring? He doesn't even have the patience to hear her finish, directly cutting her off to answer her question. Lu Nhyn is completely stunned, never expecting him to actually cause a massive scene at such a crucial moment. Meanwhile, Mak Kai Ba, standing right beside her, just awkwardly forces a small laugh. Brother Fam, if you want to blame someone, blame me, he says. Don't take your anger out on Nhyn. She did nothing wrong. You can scold me however you want, but a huge life event like marriage can just be cancelled on a sudden whim. Nhyn poured so much effort into planning this wedding. By calling it off right now, have you ever even considered how she must feel? Plus, the guests are all still waiting out there. If you two don't get married today, wouldn't it look incredibly bad? It sounds like he is trying to mediate, but every single word is packed with hidden blame. But Deep Fam is a deeply stubborn guy. Once he makes a choice, it is locked in. Even if the sky falls, it won't matter. Just as he is about to speak, he sees Lu Nu-yen pull Mak Kai-ba up. Her face turns ice cold. Deep fam, I am giving you one last chance. If you don't want to lose face, just quietly finish this wedding with me. Otherwise, you can go explain this mess to both of our parents and all the guests yourself. This is a pretty obvious threat. But a guy like Deep Fam isn't scared of being intimidated. He lets out a light, refreshing laugh. Totally fine by me. Lu Nu-yen looks terribly grim, saying fine 3 times in a row before turning to the people nearby, telling them they are leaving. Seeing that he is totally serious, her friends hesitate, about to offer some advice. But before they can, Lu Nu-yen says coldly, he is the one canceling the wedding. If he regrets it later, even if he begs me to come back, I will really have to think twice about it. It sounds like she is talking to her friends, but it is purely meant for him to hear. He just smirks sarcastically, not adding another word, waiting until they finally leave the room. His own friends speak up. Man, what do we do now? No matter what, Lu Nu-yen kind of has a point. The guests are still waiting, so don't you have to go clean up this massive mess? He just chuckles coldly. You can probably guess what he's thinking here. If Lu Nu-yen assumes this will make him regret everything, she is just being way too naive. It is honestly just a marriage, right? If there is no bride, he can just easily swap someone else in. With that, he immediately pulls his phone out to make a call. The other end picks up extremely fast, but the voice is fully laced with sarcasm. Wow, you have time to call me on your wedding day? Did the bride actually run away? He always feels like Lam Vu-nu has some kind of cursed mouth. Why else would she literally hit the bullseye every single time? He clears his throat softly, trying to sound a bit flattering. Hey, are you planning to attend my wedding? The other side lets out a mocking laugh, her tone full of sheer disgust. Deep fam, did you forget what I told you? Of course, he hasn't forgotten that. Lam Vu-nu once bluntly stated that if he married Lu Nu-yen, even if he begged on his knees, she wouldn't show up. She is a girl of her word, and today, she truly didn't make an appearance. I sigh and plead into the phone. Just do me this one favor, alright? I'm missing a bride. Come with me and play the part to finish this act. Dead silence on the other end. Just as I think the line completely dropped, a very short reply comes through. Wait right there. I hang up, call the jewelry shop for brand new rings, and then turn to the groomsmen behind me. Alright, let's go. But the second I get downstairs, someone panics and yells bad news. They drove all the wedding cars away. What do we do now? Right then, my phone suddenly buzzes. A text from Lu Nhyn. If you really want to cancel the wedding, then don't bother going at all. I actually laugh out loud. She wants to play this game? Fine. This wedding is absolutely happening. Who cares if the cars are gone? My family's garage has as many luxury rides as we need. But I genuinely didn't expect Lu Nhyn to be this petty about it. The very second I get in the car, phone completely blows up. Both of our families take turns messaging me non-stop. My parents ask, son, what's this about? Nhyn saying you want to cancel the wedding? Her mom texts Dip PHM. I usually ignore your little tantrums, but on such an important day, why are you causing so much trouble? Just listen to me, hurry up and apologize to finish the wedding. We'll talk about everything later. There's also tons of random gossip flying around, but I just skim it and text my mom. The wedding is still on. If Lu Nhyn won't show, I'm replacing her. I'm always extremely decisive. I absolutely never joke around when it comes to major life events. My mom has no idea what's really going on, but she completely stands by my side anyway. Not just that, she announces right on the spot. If Lu Nhyn refuses to marry, our family will simply find someone else. The guests won't waste their trip. Just stay for the wedding and enjoy the feast. Apparently, mom gets into a fierce argument with her mom right after. Now, here's where things get wild. This news reaches me, and obviously, it reaches Lu Nhyn too. Sure enough, just a few short minutes later, her call comes straight through. I really didn't expect her to jump to conclusions this fast. Her very first sentence, Dip PHM, Do you honestly think pulling the stunt forces me to attend? Let me tell you, absolutely no way. Just because you blurted out canceling everything, you made Mick KB feel so terribly guilty that he still hasn't calmed down yet. Unless you apologize to him right now, don't even dream I'll come back and marry you. Even at a time like this, her heart is entirely focused on Mick KB. Saying I'm not annoyed would be a total lie. But how could I swallow this anger? I laugh coldly. Fine, then don't come. You're not welcome here anyway. She snaps back. Dip PHM, I'm warning you for the last time. Keep causing trouble, and you'll be the only one losing face here. Before I can even reply, KBE's voice comes through from her end. My eyes go completely cold, and I immediately hang up the phone. Soon enough, the car arrives at the hotel. I'm just about to step out when a hand reaches out. My savior today is none other than Elm V. New. I'm pretty surprised she got here this incredibly fast, but my heart genuinely feels warm. She has her male best friend, and I have my very own childhood sweetheart. When Elm V. New and I step onto the wedding stage together, the entire crowd of guests below is left completely stunned. But since my mom gave them a heads up, the atmosphere stays surprisingly smooth. Of course, someone still records this exact scene and sends it straight to Lou NHYN's friends. The person getting the news sees the video, and their hands shake so badly the phone hits the floor. Seeing absolutely everyone's eyes suddenly locked on them, that person stammers out, NHYN. Really looks like Dip PHM is actually holding the wedding with somebody else. You're saying what? Lou NHYN immediately shoots up, asking in complete disbelief. That person helplessly picks up the phone and shows her the video clip. Watching Lou NHYN's expression grow darker by the second, someone asks carefully, NHYN, what do we do now? Are we really just gonna watch Dip PHM marry someone else? Hearing that, Lou NHYN finally loses all control. She furiously smashes the phone into the ground and screams out, absolutely no way. Right at that moment, Hoa LC picks up the wedding dress nearby. Lou NHYN says in a freezing tone, the only one going to the hotel to marry Dip PHM is me. But before she even steps outside, Mick KB, standing right there, tightly grabs hold of her. If you run over there now, aren't you falling straight into his trap? But get this, Lou NHYN is boiling with rage, completely refusing to listen to a single word. Her face stays ice cold. She just grits her teeth and spits out, I chased him for 3 whole years. Not to watch him get tangled up with another woman at my very own wedding. I just wanted to teach him a lesson. If he's using this dirty trick to force me, then I'll happily give him exactly what he wants. Saying that, she violently shoves Mick KB away. The guy fakes a hard fall and cries out in miserable pain. But it still doesn't make Lou NHYN look back once. She's just reaching the door when she gets blocked again. You can't, NHYN. You absolutely cannot go. Lou NHYN's expression shifts slightly, and her gaze toward Mick KB slowly starts turning incredibly annoyed. Luckily, he reacts fast and immediately says, NHYN. I'm only stopping you because I'm genuinely thinking of what's best for you. He just found someone else for the stage to save face. He doesn't actually want to marry her. If you run over there, the one who ends up humiliated will definitely be you. Lou NHYN's eyes flash with hesitation, seeming to actually weigh his words. Seeing this exact reaction, KB quickly jumps on the perfect opportunity. NHYN, as a man, I understand exactly what Dip PHM is thinking right now. He got so intensely sensitive over a ring just being touched. That totally proves he cares about you deeply in his heart. I only did all this because I felt it was so unfair to you. You chased him for 3 whole years, and in the end, he gets furious over something so tiny and demands to cancel the wedding. If you don't teach him a hard lesson right now, he'll actually think you can't live without him. Saying that, he gestures to the people nearby. They immediately chime in. Exactly, Lou NHYN. Dip PHM is clearly overreacting here. You love him so much, and yet, he demands to cancel the wedding just over some ring. He's obviously just taking advantage of one fact. You are absolutely head over heels for him. If you run to the venue right now, he'll definitely just keep holding it over you. Listen to me, let today pass, then casually coax him a bit, and it'll be fine. Eventually, Lu Nhin gets completely swayed by their words, temporarily putting aside her rush to go over. Naturally, I have absolutely no idea about this. Right then, I freeze. LMV News' last sentence hits me like a brick. I stare blankly at her, almost doubting my own ears. What did you just say? She asks casually. Young Master Dip, the wedding is already held, yet you won't even give me a proper status. Isn't that a bit too much? I am a perfectly respectable girl, after all. Now I'm suddenly a married woman. So later, if someone asks for a marriage certificate and I can't produce it, wouldn't that be super embarrassing? Hold on a second. I quickly cover her mouth to remind her we are just acting. Don't take it seriously. The next second, my hand grabs empty air, and looking up, I see LMV News' triumphant smile. This woman is still just as difficult to handle as always. Alright, no more joking around. She curls her lips. If you don't actually register with me, how will you make Lu Nhin believe it? You know exactly where this is going. I bet she will definitely come back to pester you, she says. Are you still planning to reconcile? I almost blurt out, how could I? True, I used to like Lu Nhin, but Mick KB, absolute thorn in my side. Yielding once just leads to a second and third time. She already favors Mick KB this much, so what about later? Am I supposed to marry her just to spend my whole life fighting her male best friend for affection? No way. Once I dropped the word to cancel the wedding, I absolutely never considered going back. Then let's just make her give up completely. Stepping out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, ahead is still pretty foggy. It is genuinely hard to believe I let LMV News lead me by the nose into marriage. Have the driver take you back first. I'll find you later. She hurriedly gives instructions and leaves, not even letting me reply. I shake my head, dropping it, after dealing with so much frustrating nonsense. Right now, just want to go home and rest. But unexpectedly, right as I enter the door, passcode, someone suddenly grabs me tight from behind. I almost instinctively throw my elbow back, turning around on high alert only to see Lu Nhin's completely twisted face. Dip PHM, what the hell are you going crazy for? I roll my eyes, helplessly firing back. I should really be the one asking you that. Instead of hanging out with your precious male best friend. Why are you at my door? She pants heavily, saying seriously, fine. This time I came looking for you to apologize. I open my mouth slightly, planning to say there's no need, but she continues. This whole thing really is KBE's fault, but you bear some responsibility too. You got mad, you made a huge scene. Now, it is probably best to just drop it, okay? I let out a soft scoff, honestly unable to tell for a second if she came here to admit her mistake, or to force me to admit mine. Seeing she is still about to keep talking, I quickly cut her off. Save your apologies. From today onward, there is absolutely no relationship left between us. If you genuinely feel guilty, then just never show up in front of me again. I don't want to see you anyway. As soon as the words drop, Lu Nhin's face instantly turns ugly. Dip PHM already took the initiative to apologize. What more do you want? Plus, you blatantly held a wedding with someone else. Shouldn't you have at least asked for my opinion? Can't we just call it even? Get a load of this logic. Ever since Mick KB showed up, I've seen sides of her I never witnessed before. But this level of shamelessness? Definitely a first. 3 years knowing each other, 1 whole year together. Yet looking at her right in this moment, I only feel a cold distance, like we've never even met. Maybe getting scared by my stare. Lu Nhin freezes for a few seconds, asking with deep suspicion, what does that look mean? Was anything I just said wrong? I really don't want a pointless argument, so I take a deep breath, suppressing my emotions to say clearly, then I'll repeat it again so you understand. We canceled the wedding. Put simply, we are completely broken up. So just stop bothering me right now. I figured for someone who values her pride so heavily, Hearing that would definitely make her storm off furious. But completely defying expectations, she just blanks out for 2 seconds and smiles again. I frown in total confusion, only hearing her say, "Alright, Dip PHM, just be straight with me. What will it take for you to finally forgive me?" I look at her, uncontrollably, finding it funny. Right now I suddenly understand why I felt absolutely nothing when she chased me for 3 years. Today, I have absolutely zero lingering attachment to her. Just pure, exhausting annoyance left. You casually finding someone to marry. Wasn't that just to make me actively come back to you? I am here now. Wait a second. I quickly interrupt her, pointing at myself and then at her, asking in disbelief. I got married to piss you off? Lu NHYN. Overthinking this much is a sickness, get it treated. If you have issues, go to a hospital. Don't bring them here. I admit, getting LMV new to fake the wedding was indeed to avoid outsiders laughing at me. After all, a substitute bride sounds way better than an empty stage. But doing it to make her mad, honestly, I never even thought about that. Who knew Lu NHYN would actually laugh mockingly? If you didn't want to piss me off, why didn't you bring her home? She's just some actress you hired, right? But the second those words leave her mouth, a voice rings out. Are you looking for me? Lu NHYN spins around, only to see LMV new standing right at the door, holding a bag of wontons. I raise an eyebrow, genuinely surprised. So this was the errand she mentioned? Buying me wontons? Because honestly, my absolute favorite dish has always been wonton soup from this tiny shop. But ever since the owner closed up, nowhere else has ever tasted quite right. It has been a solid 2 years since my last bowl. LMV new just nods, casually handing me the takeout box. And the person we are completely ignoring? Lu NHYN instantly glares, demanding to know what LMV new is doing here. But before she can even get an answer, she pivots and starts blasting me. She yells out my name, Dip PHM. Did you forget your promise? You know she has feelings for you, yet you let her in. Do you even want to stay together? Hearing that, I freeze for a second, suddenly remembering. Honestly, I haven't spoken to LMV new in a really long time, and the reason is pretty simple. Right when Lu NHYN and I first started dating, LMV new found out and picked a massive fight with me. I got annoyed and ended up saying some pretty harsh things back. Lu NHYN played the sweet girlfriend then, comforting me while I vented my frustrations. She told me women understand women best. According to her, my childhood friend definitely had a major crush on me. She begged me to keep my distance, claiming she fought hard to be with me and would get jealous. Even so, I never actually meant to cut all ties. We just naturally drifted apart after that, only meeting up for business. And as for LMV new having feelings for me, I never took that seriously at all. We have known each other for years, so I know her well. If a girl like her actually liked me, she would have blurted it out at age 3. Yet today, all it took was one phone call. She did not just sacrifice her reputation to marry me. She practically dragged me to get the real marriage certificate. Now I'm really starting to wonder, was Lu NHYN actually right? Has she secretly had feelings for me this whole time? While I stand there quietly thinking, Lu NHYN assumes I feel guilty. She tells me to kick her out right now, and she might just forgive me. Can you believe the nerve? I just give her a cold smirk and ask, so you get to mess around with Mick KB, but I can't even see LMV new. She immediately defends herself. KB is just like a brother to her, merely a friend, and their relationship is completely pure. Lu NHYN says this while pointing an accusing finger straight at LMV new. I follow her finger and look over, immediately catching LMV new's incredibly gentle gaze already resting quietly on me. It is such a familiar feeling, exactly like every time I was about to cause trouble, she would softly tell me to relax, that she had my back. Dip PHM. Lu NHYN snaps, her voice full of anger and sheer embarrassment, snapping me right out of my daze. I just nod and quietly agree. She is right. Instantly, Her dark expression flips right back to looking bright and triumphant. But then I slowly reach out, pulling LMV into a hug with a smirk. Yeah, there is nothing pure between us at all, especially since we just registered our marriage. What did you just say? Lu Nhyun's eyes go wide, staring at me in complete disbelief. It finally hits her. The bride at my wedding today was actually LMV. I nod, sounding completely exhausted. That is right. So please stop bothering us from now on. Pay close attention here. I try to pull LMV inside, but I barely take one step before Lu Nhyn grabs my other arm, demanding to know if I am joking. Before I can even open my mouth, LMV grabs the ex's hand. Just one light squeeze, and the girl instantly winces in pain. Let go, she screams. My wife tells me to rest. She will handle it. LMV says that and gives me a gentle push inside. And honestly, I am completely drained today. Fighting with Lu Nhyn all day took everything I had. I cannot waste another second. I just nod, leaving the mess in her hands. As for how exactly LMV plans to deal with her, I have no clue. All I know is when she comes back, casually wiping her hands. Lu Nhyn definitely just caught a serious beatdown out there. I mean, LMV eerily trained in boxing. Even though I already guessed what happened, I still blurt out, so, is she finally gone? How did you manage to chase her off? Opening the wanton box, she casually replies that the ex wanted to see the marriage certificate, so she gave her a very close look. Hearing that little detail, I just smile, not really caring enough to press the issue any further. While LMV and I enjoy this sweet little moment, over on the other side, Lu Nhyn is left sprawled on the ground. Mick KB eventually has to drag her to the hospital. After she gets bandaged up and iced, the doctor finally leaves. Mick KB immediately starts complaining, whining that Dip PHM went way too far by ordering someone to beat her up. Before he can even finish, Lu Nhyn glares at him. She blames him entirely, screaming about why he dragged her out for a health checkup in the first place. Does he even realize I'm actually married to LMV now? She threatens Mick KB directly if Dip PHM does not come back to her. She is settling the score with him first. It is only hitting her right now. True, bitter regret. She honestly did like me, or else she would not have spent 3 whole years chasing me. But I am a proud guy with strict principles. I do not compromise easily. Right at that exact moment, Mick KB showed up. She immediately used him to make me jealous, throwing all sorts of ridiculous ultimatums my way. But who would have thought? I completely refused to play along, which led to this exact disastrous situation today. Mak Kaiba sees she is serious and hurriedly reassures her Lu Nhyun. Surely Deep Fam just wants to make you angry. He can't just get married out of nowhere like that, right? Lu Nhyun lets out this cold laugh, her eyes growing completely dark. But he really did go and register their marriage with Lam Vu already. Mak Kaiba panics. Just for a second, he hesitates, then some wild idea hits him. His eyes suddenly light up. He speaks with absolute certainty. Now pay attention here. I got a plan, he says. But whatever Mak Kaiba is talking about, I have zero clue. I don't even know what those two are plotting. All I know is the next day, at my university class reunion, the way everyone looks at me is pretty strange. Something feels completely off. I frown, planning to hit the restroom and make the call to clear things up. But right at the door, catch people talking trash right behind my back. Do you guys think Deep Fem really cheated? Honestly, if I wasn't so curious, I wouldn't have even bothered showing up to this class reunion. Right. Yet nobody dares to ask him straight up. I bet anything he absolutely cheated on her. Lu Nhyun chased him for 3 whole years. She even set up that massive proposal. And then he does not show up on the wedding day. He definitely wronged her. Hearing that, I dropped the phone idea and immediately pushed the door open. If you want to know so badly, why not ask me directly? The few people I just caught red-handed immediately blush in pure embarrassment. They exchange quick looks and run away together. Shaking my head helplessly, I dial Lu Nhyun right away. It takes zero guessing to know she is playing dirty tricks. But her phone just keeps ringing endlessly. Walking out of the restroom with this pretty dark expression, I spot her standing not too far away. She is clearly waiting right there for me. Just a moment later, she steps right up to my face. Deep fam, just divorce Lam Vunu, and I will personally clear your name. Just pretend the whole thing is some joke. Smirking slightly, I understand her game instantly. So she actually wants to use this rumor to blackmail me. I just laugh. What if I refuse? Deep fam, if you stay stubborn, you will be the one losing face here. And Lam Vunu too. In the eyes of everyone else, she is the homewrecker now. Do you really think she won't end up blaming you for this? If you want to avoid her handing you divorce papers first, you better propose it yourself. I let out a pretty cold laugh. Lu Nu Yen, I really thought you knew me. And if you did, you would know and never back down from threats. A brief flash of real unease crosses her face. What are you going to do? I do not answer, simply opening my phone and dropping this video straight into the friend group chat. It is footage from some tiny camera I set up in the bridal room on our wedding day. Originally just meant for memories, but after that whole disaster, I practically forgot it existed. Watch this move. I found it while cleaning yesterday and saved it to my phone. Never expected it to actually be so useful today. After sending it, I casually tell her she does not need to explain anything anymore. The video is my proof. Right on cue, Lam Vunu appears directly behind her. I immediately look away, stepping right over to stand securely beside her. As the two of us get ready to leave, Lu Nu Yen glares at me. Deep fam, I seriously do not understand. At the end of the day, isn't this all just over a wedding ring? We obviously love each other, so why are you acting so heartless over such a tiny issue? I do not even turn my head back, just smirking to myself. It is such a pity she still does not get it. The problem was never just about that ring, and it is absolutely not some minor issue. I'm too lazy to explain, but Lam Vunu coldly speaks up. If it were me, nobody is allowed to touch my husband's things, especially the wedding ring, a symbol of purity. You already chose someone else, so do not ever show your face to him again. Lu Nu Yen opens her mouth to speak, but in the end, cannot utter one word. In just one short day, she becomes the ultimate laughingstock of our entire friend group. And Mak Kai Bug gets absolutely trashed by everyone too. Not long after, I hear Lu Nu Yen was sent abroad to escape the massive public backlash. As for Lam Vunu and me, this marriage is totally real now. Maybe it really is destiny at work. Thinking about that, I jokingly ask her, you showed up so fast that day. Were you planning to crash the wedding all along? I'm only messing around. But Lam Vunu actually gives this tiny nod. Turns out she always wanted to confess, but since we were too close, she never found the right moment. Later, when Lu Nu Yen showed up, she started feeling pretty insecure. She dropped so many hints, but I was completely clueless. She was mad I dated Lu Nu Yen, mad I agreed to marry her, but she actually didn't dare attend the wedding herself. Terrified she might end up doing something entirely impulsive and crazy. Never expected this. In the end, I would actually give her the chance,